Welcome back to Idle Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about quite a few things. As per usual, TikTok, Instagram, you already know. We're going to go into tweets and some Reddit posts and, XYZ towards the end of the episode. But let's get into it. I almost died the other day because I didn't mind my business. And no, it wasn't a particular event of when I didn't mind my business. But I was on the gym. I was at the gym on the bench press, and let me mute my phone really fast. And I was there, and I was benching, and I wasn't going that heavy, but it was kind of heavy. Like it was already approaching my 3-rep max range, and I was doing 185s, progressing to 215. And this girl walks by, and I wasn't I wasn't minding my business. I was benching, coming down, walks by me. I've seen this girl countless times in the gym. We've made eye contact one time. That's as far as it gets. There's no other if and buts about it. That's just as much as I've associated with this person. And she walks by, and I'm bringing the weight down, and then I did this thing, posture check, correct my form, where I brought my head up a little bit, and I saw her butt, and I got distracted. I forgot where I was for a second. I was like, oh shit. And I put the weight back, and I was and I had to get up, and I was I only did one, and I was that was that was dangerous of me to do that again, because I did this thing where I'm bringing it down, and I raise my neck up a little bit, which is not good for your spine. So I was oh man, see, if I would have had my correct form, mind my business, that would not have happened to me. I would not have almost died in the motion of trying to be better. But yeah, I think that was just an event that I just needed to share with you guys. Maybe not needed, but it was just one of those things that happened to me. Next, we're going to just be talking about shifting some gym goals that I have. I know I wanted to get a 300-pound bench in there sometime. That's still the goal, but slowly and surely I'm working bringing in other muscle groups into my workout specifically. And I'm noticing that my chest is filling out, and that's what I want, because I'll tell you this story. One time, this girl that I was seeing punched me in my chest. And I know I've mentioned the time where this girl has punched me in my back. It's a different girl. And I'll tell that story for the people who don't know it right after this. But she punched me in my chest, and I wasn't expecting it. Bah! I didn't really have, the protection here. And I was oh. It's when you go, you make a noise. Those instances where you get hit and you just make a noise. And I was I'm embarrassed. So, I've been noticing that, and I was okay, I can't get caught lacking like that no more, so that's good. And so, slowly but surely, I'm trying to get, one arm tattooed entirely, in its entirely. But, I'm going to keep one arm, empty. I've seen this. The only reason why I keep one arm empty, because I saw this guy on Twitter was interviewing. He's a wrestler interviewer, so he has a podcast. So he's interviewing wrestlers, and the interviewer asked him, "Oh, are you gonna get your whole body tatted?" Because pretty much his whole body was tatted. He's like, "Nah, I'm gonna keep my left arm empty." And he was like, "Well, that's because my mom never wanted me to get tattoos, so I told her I'll keep an arm empty for her, so she feels good about it." I don't remember what the answer was, but I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do the same thing with my mom. I'll get one arm tatted, or maybe I was thinking maybe the 2 forearms and everything else, but I'm thinking I might just get one arm, a full sleeve eventually. I'm saving up money. This is a sick concept. So if anybody could draw this, please, I'll fly out to you wherever you may be. But I want to get Darth Vader and Ghostface from Scream, and a fake lightsaber fight. So Vader, his lightsaber, and then Scream's with his little knife. I want to get it where you could kind of see both characters in their faces. That's a concept I want to get on my arm, maybe down to my forearm. I think I want to do that, and then add little bits and pieces throughout history, I guess, throughout the future. So that's something that I'm thinking about getting done. I initially wanted to get just a Scream tattoo on my forearm, and then I wanted hey, maybe in the other forearm I could get a Darth Vader tattoo. But then I thought the idea of combining it all on one sleeve, and I'm expecting to drop quite a bit of money for it, because I want it done good, and I want it done as perfect as it can be. So, I'm saving up for that. Speaking of Darth Vader, shout out to Malik, because I don't really give him shout outs because he doesn't really deserve them. But he bought me a key to the house, but he put Darth Vader on it, like from Home Depot. It's got Darth Vader's mask on one side, and it's got him and some stormtroopers on the other side, accompanied by my little magnet that I have. I have a little magnet that I've just attached to my keys. So, cool Star Wars keys, and just in time for the end of Kenobi, which was exciting. I might touch upon that a little bit later, but basically all my keys now, these are my work keys, quote unquote work keys. Stormtrooper skull on it. I've always had this, so it's pretty cool that these things are tied together. And I got my AirTag. I got a bunch of AirTags on my keys, my personal keys and my work keys, so they all have their own separate AirTags. And so I'm about this AirTag life. I got one in my backpack. I have one in my microphone case where I carry these microphones whenever I head to and from New York, if I'm recording an episode with somebody. So I have these things ready and available. So moving on, speaking of AirTags, I'm going to stay on that topic for just a little bit, just more Apple talk this week. I bought this wallet, and it's pretty sturdy. It's fake metal, fake plastic, a combination of the two. It's got a cash clip on it, but it holds an AirTag right here in the middle, dead center. And I was thinking I was gonna get a D-brand skin, and I was gonna skin it so that way it just looks like a hump on your wallet as opposed to an AirTag. And it holds my credit card, my company card, and my ID in it. It can hold up It can hold up to 16 cards allegedly, but I thought this was so cool, and I am a big advocate of the PopSocket wallets. Forever I had PopSocket wallets, and to this day I lose every single one of them. Not lose, but I'll misplace it, and then I'm fucking running around trying to fucking find it. It basically became irresponsible for me. So now I have my wallet with my AirTag. First of all, it'll beep if I lose it, but it's so it's sturdier and thicker, and of course it takes up more pocket space, but I won't be scared to lose this. I won't be I know where it is. I know when it's missing. So that's pros and cons. Of course I would love it if I could just put it right on my phone, but in a perfect world I'd be more responsible. I almost upgraded my phone just to have the Apple leather wallet MagSafe accessory, because that has Find My iPhone features on it, but I don't think it was worth it at the time. Okay, let's jump into some NBA news real quick. NBA draft is tonight. Currently recording Thursday night. You're going up on Friday around noon. But NBA draft is out. Kyrie Irving has expressed interest in signing with other teams, Lakers being one of the front runners. Of course, LeBron plays for the Lakers, and in this turn of events, KD is now allegedly, take it with a grain of salt, exploring options for trades, and because he doesn't want to be in Brooklyn for whatever reason, with Ben Simmons, who's left. But it's interesting that Kyrie wants to get out again. Is it really interesting though? But how do you? I don't want to say how do you fumble a bag with Kyrie and KD, but in this day and age in the NBA, I don't think it's impossible to lose. It's it's getting really, really hard to win out here just because everybody's so talented and so good now, and it's only going to get better and better from here. But, wasted opportunity, I think, if both of them end up on different teams. Let's jump into Obi-Wan Kenobi talk. I'm going to reanalyze all the episodes now that they're all out. I will specifically talk about weak points and about strong points. From what I remember already, there's some parts in the first two episodes that just don't feel good. It's when Leia's running through the forest and she's dodging all these bounty hunters because she's just small and ducking under things when they could just go around. That is childish, and it's not affecting the story that much, but watching it a second time, it's oh, well, that's pretty fucking Disney of a way to kind of develop the plot in that way. I don't have any problems with the new characters. I like the new characters a lot, and I think there's a lot more story to tell with these new characters, especially the one that we don't see anymore, the dead ones versus the ones that are still alive. And I think it's going to be very interesting the next 10 years after this, after this part of the timeline into reaching into A New Hope and Rogue One. I thought the last episode was really great. The lighting was on point, as something that we probably don't even notice, like lighting. Of course, like your average person would be like, it was too dark, right? How did you see that clearly? It was so dark. But the darkness, it's gonna sound weird, the darkness plays a key factor with the very little light that was shown, because they're battling, they're fighting, and like we could only see the colors of the lightsabers, which is something we aren't strangers to. We saw that in like 2 or 3 episodes ago when they were fighting for the first time, but now it's like more intense, it's more like vivid, it's like it's the last episode, so you know shit's getting real. But I loved Obi-Wan Kenobi as a show in its entirety, but there are some points where me as a fan, I'm just like, oh, that could have been better. But I'm not here to criticize the vision necessarily. Like, as a whole, I understand we're kind of like what the story was meant to be portrayed as, and then also as fans, we kind of like, that's not how, you know, George would have wanted it, like George Lucas. That's not how it should be, like this breaking canon, blah blah blah. I really don't really care about the canon, because as I get older, the less I critique the things I love, I've realized. So I can nitpick about XYZ forever in anything that I've watched that I've ever loved, but now I'm more like, hey, you know what? I'm enjoying it. I'm always gonna rate these shows like 9 or 10 or 8 out of 10, but you know, like, I know things have their flaws, but I also can appreciate that I enjoyed it in the moment. And then sometimes, like, when I hop on the internet, I'm like, oh yeah, that's true, that did happen. But you know, I tend to kind of just now be like, no, I like it, I appreciate it in the moment. Okay, welcome back to Factor Cap, where my favorite ring is doing that like NGL link, and somebody asked him cock size, and he's like LMFAO 2 inches, when he damn well knows he's got like a 12-incher up in there. So that story was cap. So Malik's cousin has been in the house for quite a few weeks with their baby, and baby talk aside, because you know I can get into talking about babies forever, but we've been eating quote unquote healthier, but in reality, like, trigger warning for bathroom usage, man, I've been like pooping like a lot, an uncomfortable amount, and I'm just like, dude, and they're always like, no, and the food's better for you, it's like, yeah, it comes out easier, it's better for your digestion. And I'm just like, bruh, please. I missed it. I missed when I didn't really have to go to the bathroom that much, but now it's like, I'm at work, I'm like, fuck, I have to go use the bathroom. Or like, I'm in the office, I'm like, shit. Literally, like, shit, I have to go poop. I hate it. I don't know how, I don't want to say how healthy people live like this, because I want to be more healthy. But like, it sucks. I'm like, come on, body, stabilize, please, because I need it. I can't be this uncomfortable all the time. And speaking of like healthy, I found like a nutrition place where they sell protein, pre-workout, and they sell cooked meals. Like, you just go in, microwave it, and then you eat it according to your macros. And I'm like, I wanna try that. And it intrigues me a lot to try it. So that's something I'm excited for. I'm gonna go in, buy like a week's worth of meals, like, just for lunch, and I'm gonna see how that helps me progress certain things, because as they always say, you cannot outwork a bad diet. And I'm just gonna slash it in half. I'm gonna have half of a good diet and half of like, shit, I have $4 in my bank account, let's make this last. It's a balance. When I have it, I'm gonna prepare for the times that I don't have it, and so I hope that eventually does balance itself out. But speaking of but I just want to let you guys know, my laptop, my current laptop that I had before this Mac, this MacBook Air, it died the other day, and I tried to bring it back to life. I opened it, I unscrewed everything, I grounded myself, make sure I didn't like fuck up the motherboard, but the hard drive that came with it when I got it in like 2016, 17 died. And so I took it to U-Break, I fixed, and they were like, yeah, for $100 we'll install a new hard drive and Windows on it. I was like, okay, perfect. And so tomorrow I should be getting my laptop back, which I currently have on my desk over there. If you've ever been in this room, you know where my desk is. And so it's usually, I bought this monitor clamp, and it's like pretty cool, honestly. But I'm like, now I can't fucking use it because my computer is gone. But over there, I got my own little setup, and I'm pretty excited to kind of get it back. I love going on YouTube and using ad block. No offense to the people that rely on ads, but I just love just auto playing 6 videos and boom, boom, boom. I love the ritual of finding a good YouTube video, and you have your lunch and you're just that's honestly one of my favorite parts of the day. Probably the second one is probably coming home from the gym. I feel accomplished. I went to work out today. And then sometimes waking up, and I'm waking up and I turn music on, and then I roll over, but then I don't really fall back asleep, but I could, and I just appreciate it. I'm okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm just vibing to music. I could go back to sleep, but no, I got some responsibilities to take care of, so let me roll back the other way and get to work. Cause just kind of that gratitude moment where I'm grateful that I'm awake, grateful that I can handle my responsibilities, grateful that I can get money to do things like pay my bills and pay some new unique bills coming up. Now we're gonna jump in. Let me unlock my phone. If you're a fan of the podcast for a long time, you already know the password to my phone, my iPad, everything you need to know. It's still the same because no one has tried to steal my shit yet. But let's get back into tweets. This next series of tweets is an interesting phenomenon about white people, and it says, "This is fear in its purest form." And it's a video of somebody kayaking, and then a gator comes and flips their kayak. And these are some of the responses. "This is very unusual behavior for a gator. Paddle around many and have never had issues, but healthy distance is always good. It's always a good idea to avoid startling. I suspect it was protecting a nest versus going after this paddler as prey. Note, didn't continue an attack when he rolled his boat. Look, not scary. This was paddling with my daughter, then 11 years old. Both of us in sea kayaks in the something swamp, saw hundreds of gators, no issues." And then somebody replies back, and it's a gator on a keyboard, and it's "Looks not scary, shaking my head, not fooling me." And I thought that was funny. Obviously this person is coming from experience, lots of experience, and I love that we as a society can make jokes out of everything. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but I just love that we can kind of bring humor into certain situations. Next is a meme I saw on Twitter, and it says, "During child labor, the pain is so intensive a woman can almost imagine what Kanye felt like when he wrote 808s and Heartbreak." That's the tweet. This next tweet says, "I still don't understand why adults go to Disney." Somebody replies back, says, "Because not everyone turns 25 and decides to be boring until they die, John." True. Very true, John. This next tweet goes, famously, I have said this multiple times myself. "Dang, don't all these people have jobs to be at? Me, out in the middle of the day, not at my job." Me with the GPS tracker in my car. My work car, that is. But it says, somebody replied back, I don't know why it's still in this screenshot. I won't read it anyway. It says, "It's got to be because working from home now, because I don't remember this many people out and about at 10 a.m. on a Monday. I've noticed even my local cafe shops are packed with remote workers posting up taking meetings at the shop for the day." And that's true. I guess work from home has kind of changed the culture, the work culture a little bit, where you can kind of go out and about and do things. So Malik introduced me to one of his friends from back home, and he lives here, and he does kind of remote work via phone. And he was like, "Yeah, sometimes I'll put the customer on hold and I go make a sandwich, something to eat, clean something up a little bit. Then I come back and be like, hey, thank you for your patience." So, industry hack, if you're ever put on hold, they can hear you. And they might be using the bathroom or making a sandwich. You never know, really, with these people these days. So, it's a fun fact for you guys. Next is it's a TikTok. It's a screenshot of a TikTok that I took. And it says, "He cheated, so I threw his mom ashes in the river." And before we get into what the people say about this, I told Malik this. I showed him this TikTok, and he was like that he would have caught a murder charge that day. And I honestly, personally, I think I feel the same way. If you dump my mom's ashes in the fucking river, you going down there with her. I don't know what else to tell you, to be honest. And somebody said, I think this is the original tweet. It says, "Call me what you want, but I hope Shorty gets cheated on for the rest of her natural born life." which is also, this is okay. This is okay to wish on this person's downfall like that. Speaking of Obi-Wan Kenobi earlier, and it says, when Vader shows up and you think Disney Plus won't let him be too brutal, but then he immediately snaps the kid's neck. I mean, I think we all were like, oh, shit. Like, goddamn. Like, the townspeople like, are you okay? Because that has to be their first introduction to Vader as a like colony over there. They're like, are you fine? Are you good? Like, hello? So, it is June, and as you know, it is a very important month for people. It is, in fact, my birthday this month. Just kidding. It's Pride Month, and this is a tweet from Chipotle in 2015 on June 26th. It says, Homo estás? Very well, thank you. Hashtag love wins. Says, nah, this can't be real, LMFAO. What the fuck? And it's a quote tweet. So this tweet still existed at the time of this screenshot on Twitter, and it was indeed real. And I just could not fathom it, and it was like a rainbow burrito. Like, I think opening, it's not even opening, the graphic says so. It says Homo estás, and I think you pushed it a little bit too far, and you guys thought you were quirky and not, like, really. I wouldn't say this is offensive. I think it's just rather flat out stupid, and I think they could have marketed Pride Month for Chipotle a little bit better at that time. Next is a Toy Story meme. Do you remember that guy, that bully in the movie that, like, messes up, quote unquote, toys? It's a meme about him. It says, he didn't even do anything. He was literally out creating art. How was he supposed to know those motherfuckers were alive? They shouldn't be. And honestly, after seeing this meme, I have changed my stance on what I used to believe. Now, I am team this kid. This kid is out here trying to make a living. He's an artist at heart. Like, he was trying to make something new. He was trying to make something fresh. He wasn't trying to live by the status quo. It's not his fault that they were, like, living toys. He didn't know that. How was he supposed to know that? Do we even know that they're real? Right? What if Andy was crazy? You never know. It could have been a shared psychosis with him. Like, us, the viewers, watching him in a movie, but we're sharing the same experiences as him. You can't tell me otherwise. We'll end on a Reddit post, and it says, time I fucked up by accidentally getting railed by my cousin. Accidentally. Obligatory, this didn't happen today, but I was painfully reminded of this event after seeing him today. So a while ago, I started using Tinder and other online dating sites, going out with a few guys here and there. I met the cutest guy. He was hot. H-O-T caps. We went on around 3 dates and got on so well. We started sleeping together. It was phenomenal. For our 4th date, he invited me to a party his family was throwing. Imagining our surprise when we get there, and my fucking family, and it's my fucking family. He goes, OP, this is my auntie Adele. And I'm like, no, dude, this is my auntie Adele. We found a quiet table to sit while the realization dawned on us that we were in fact related. Ew, I noped out of there and scrubbed the memory from my mind until today when I saw him at our grad dance funeral. Be honest with me, internet. Be honest with me, okay? Is that allowed? Like, you didn't know. How would you know? I mean, I would know. I feel like if I stumbled upon my cousin. That's just me, though. I'm just built different. I don't want to give them a slide. I don't want to give them a pass, but mistakes happen. At least they stopped after that. There's some motherfuckers out there who would continue that. And so we'll end Idle Talk here. Thank you guys for listening. Yeah, I had some minis recorded. Like, I won't lie to you. I had them recorded. Laptop died. Lost the hard drive. So, bada bing, bada boom. Hopped on the Mac. So, let me tell you a little story. Whenever my desk is set up over there, this is normally my work laptop. I just have the audio software installed. I had one more key to use. Wanted to use that in case anything fucks up. Just like, shit. I just realized my laptop dying like that. I lost the recording software over there. I don't know why. I just realized that just now. But so I had to thank God I used the last key here. I'd rather have it here than over there. But so yeah, I use this as my work laptop. Then I move the audio, like I use my last key for it here. But whenever I'm at my desk over there, my microphone, one of my microphones is forever connected over there. It's like clamped on the side right here where I have this microphone arm. Boom, I could talk to people that way. It's easy, it's simple, and I could record that way. So I sat down, recorded like 7 minis, and I lost them all. before I didn't post them. I usually schedule them ahead of time, so like 7 minis is like 1 day's work, and it's like a week worth of minis, and I didn't schedule them. That was on me. That was my responsibility. But so yeah, fun fact about that. So hopefully by Monday we can get the minis out and going. Give me some time tomorrow to make them and post them. But that was this week's Idle Talk. Thank you guys for listening. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and leave us a 5-star rating. It helps us out a lot. If you haven't already, do it, please. I'll love you forever. I will buy you a $1 pizza slice if you show me you do. Not kidding. Please don't take me up on that offer. And follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Idle Talk Pod. And I'll see you next week for another Idle Talk. And I'll see you potentially this week on Monday for an Idle Talk meeting. Peace.